before the game if we were going to get cheerful you again after the game. Happy with how that one turned out?
Yes. Obviously, we'll take the win. I think what I'm most pleased about is I thought that we struggled offensively and we were still able to win a game. And we gutted it out, I thought, with our defense, and that's kind of how we want to win. We missed a lot of layups, a lot of wide open shots, had 10 turnovers in the second half, and still were able to win a game. And that's what we're looking for, is winning games with our defense.
On the defensive end, E.J. Singler, his first game with the team, looked like he brought a ton on that end. He used them kind of all over the floor in different assignments. Pretty pleased with his first outing?
Yeah, I thought he was big time. One, he helps us because he's, they have to honor his three-point shooting, which he helps us offensively. But tonight, being able to switch, everything, they try, all these teams are forcing my hand to take Lucas and Sim off the court, and I'm trying to stay loyal to them as much as I can because they've played well and they deserve to play. But it's just they just can't guard guards that can shoot threes. And so, we had to go small tonight, and EJ was big, being able to defend and switch.
Do you think that affected the flow of your offense in the fourth there, having all small players not being able to use that traditional inside-outside game?
Yeah, usually you have your big guy setting the screens so they can't switch, and so you can generate some offense, and we couldn't do that. And so we just, we kind of like the D-League style, we just kind of made it happen with five smalls, just trying to spread them out and play draw and kick.
Continuing with EJ, you just sent so much energy as soon as he got on the court. Even everybody else was shooting a lot better. And you're missing some players, obviously, with 10 days. But is it nice for somebody to come in like that and show that he's not just a spare body? He has some value here?
Yeah, he had a huge impact, and that's hard to do. Coming to a new team, having a few practices and just getting rolled out there. He played 27 minutes. 27 minutes. So, that's hard to do, and he was able to do that for us, and that's a testament to him as a player.
Let's talk about Sim for a second, because he was visibly frustrated there at the end. There was a non-call on the offensive end, and then he came down and got a foul before you subbed him off. Do you think the officiating is unfair to him because he's so big? Do you think they call it differently?
Yeah, I think it's unfair, but it's not on the officials because he's in all guys. Like, if you watch Dwight Howard and all those guys, they're so big and strong, and they, it's hard to officiate those guys. Shaq, I can think of all the guys where smaller guys are just beating them up because they have to, because they're so big and strong, and the officials don't really know what's a foul and what's not because the guys are so big. I think it's really hard on the officials. I do think Sim, got some unfair no calls tonight, and then they called the travel, and that's going to happen to him. He's got to keep his composure, but I don't blame the officials because I think if I was out there officiating, it'd be tough to officiate him.
For DeLon and Bruno to be on the floor of a close game in the fourth quarter right at the end, that's obviously something they would never experience at this point in their career in Toronto. What do you think they provided in that opportunity?
Yeah, I really liked the presence that both of them had. They were, like, when I looked, as a coach, you're constantly analyzing out there, like, who I need to have in the game, who looks like they want to get this done. And I thought both, when I looked at them in those timeouts and on the court, they both looked very engaged and present and competing at a high level. And I think that's really cool for our organization to be able to have these guys in this situation.
Does Bruno show with that wingspan, his value in defending in those kind of moments like that?
Yeah, like when Bruno can limit his mistakes, he's a big-time defensive asset, his length. And it just bothers guys. When he's able to challenge shots, they miss. It's almost impossible to make shots over that arm when he gets it up in the guy's face. It's tough on the offense. And so when he's being able to be locked in and not make defensive errors, he's big time for us.
You just mean mental errors in that sense?
Yeah, because he hasn't played that much basketball in his career, there's a lot of, I'm throwing him at the 3, I'm putting him at the 4, I'm changing it in game. he's got to switch on this, he's got to do this on this. You know, there's a lot of things being thrown at him, and that's the NBA game. I mean, that's just the facts. I mean, it's hard. And we have the best players in the world, mentally and physically. And he's got to get to that point, and you know, he's showing strides.
Shannon and Delon each with double-digit rebounds. You know, they've shown flashes of that in the past. The Smalls playing big, but is that really just a challenge that everybody's taking on here?
Yeah, I thought the guard rebounding tonight bailed us out. I mean, you see DJ Stevens going in there and windmilling back, you know, offensive rebounds. I mean, it was killing us because we were playing good defense, and we couldn't get the stops because of the offensive rebounds and the cutting that they were doing. And for the guards to help us out there was huge to be able to get some stops.
You think about answering with John Jordan just for one possession after that dunk and remind him we won the dunk contest?
No, it wasn't that type of game. I couldn't mess around. I was locked in as well.
Any urge to emulate the man bun on Singler there?
No, you know, it's funny. I just noticed that yesterday, and I was going to make a comment about it, but I forgot. I forgot to talk about his man bun.
Did you think that DeLon pushed the pace a little more, as you were saying in pregame, or more like Corey Joseph sort of stuff?
Yes, he did. You know, what's funny is I was going to talk to him and communicate, kind of give him the expectations of today and what he could do to help us. He was already talking about that, which is a good sign. Before I could even get it out, you know, he was saying he wants to push the pace and play faster, and he did that tonight, and that was huge for us to be able to score. That's a really good defensive team. You know, they have some veterans out there, some NBA guys out there that know how to play, and we needed to create offense by playing a little bit faster.
Do you see yourself playing small ball more often, or just depending on matchups?
You know, I don't want to do that. But in the D League, they're forcing my hand. You know, I'd like to stay traditional. It's a big part of our offense, and you know, to try to run the stuff that the Raptors run. But they're trying to limit, you know, Sim and Lucas's effectiveness by going small on us. And you know, at some point, if we're giving up threes, we got to make a change. And so, you know, I had to do that tonight, and it worked out for us.